So why are people so anxious when it comes to speaking and presenting? Why is it so hard, right? It shouldn't be this difficult. And I think it's just this universal, really universal phenomenon that there's something about presenting in front of an audience. There's something about speaking in front of a group of people that makes people feel very exposed, and it makes people feel threatened. And I have this whole theory that it goes back to when we lived in caves, and people would step out of the cave back then, and they would have this primal experience of being watched by predators who were literally going to eat them. And
Hmm.
so there's something about when you get up in front of an audience, your brain tells you these are the predators and they're going to eat you, and you have to protect yourself from the predators. And so your brain goes into that fight or flight mode, and that's why people have so many jitters and butterflies and panic symptoms of real panic before they get up in front of the audience, because their brain is telling them it's a scary experience. So I can tell you later how I help people get over that, but I think that's the core of the anxiety. But then there's the question of why is it so difficult? Your second question is like, why is it so difficult to engage people or inspire people when you're presenting?
Hmm.
And if you think about when you're really watching something that's interesting and gripping, right? Is like when you're watching a movie or a TV show, and think about the difference of when you're watching a good movie and watching a presentation, right? Nothing could be
Hmm.
more different, right?
Hmm.
Right? That you're like, and what's the difference? Is that a movie or an action movie or any movie is telling you a story, and it's bringing you in to the drama of the story. There's intrigue, there's surprise, there's like some sort of a conflict, and it's scary and it's fun and it's funny and it's dramatic and it's going somewhere, right? And like, of
Hmm.
course you want to know like what happens in the movie, right? That's what happens. And then when you're watching a presentation, all of that suddenly flattens and you're just being the recipient of information, right? The presentation, people somehow think that a presentation is like its own form of communication that's designed to tell them what you're going to tell them, give them the information, and then tell them what you told them. It's designed to just deliver information. And our brains are not designed to just receive information. We don't receive information like that. We tune out.
Yeah.
And so the key to inspiring people is to turn your presentation into a story, is to make it more like the movie. And that
Hmm.
doesn't mean you have to somehow invent drama where there is none, right?
Yeah.
There is action in a presentation. You just have to find it, because the information that you're delivering somebody is the answer to a problem. It's the solution to a problem. And so if you get people intrigued about the problem and feeling the pain of the problem first, then they want to know, how are you going to solve that problem? And then
Hmm.
you're going to give them like, this is how you solve it. And then they're going to say, but what if this happens? What if it doesn't work? And then you're going to say, well, then we'll do it this way. And so you're constantly moving up from what I call tension to redemption till you get to the final like resolution at the end, and it's more like the movie.